Okay guys, so next we're talking about two-way tables. So two-way tables are basically a way of separating things into different groups. Now, normally separating things into different groups is easy, but what about if we have to separate them into two different groups at the same time? So, for example, I'm going to look at some football teams and I'm going to sort them based on whether they won last week, and at the same time I'm going to sort them based on what colour shirt they wear. So I'm going to use 6 football teams. We have Manchester United. Now they play generally in a red shirt. They won last week. Of course they won, they'd always win. All right, Chelsea FC. They play in a dark blue shirt and somehow miraculously they won last week. I think they cheated. All right, Manchester City, they play in a light blue shirt. They won last week. Leicester, they play in a blue shirt. They had a draw. Arsenal plays in a red shirt, had a draw as well. And Liverpool plays in a red shirt as well. They had a loss. Not very surprising. So, what I'm going to do here, all right, copy these down. I'll just clear this so I can draw my two-way table. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a two-way table that separates them based on whether they wear a red shirt or not and whether they won last week or not. So, in order to do my two-way table, undo that, I need to draw a box, not just a random line. So I'm going to draw a box and I'm going to separate my box into 4 different cells, okay? So, what I'm going to do here is up the top, this column is going to be if they play in a red shirt or in a not red shirt, all right? So in this case, it's probably a blue shirt. And this column is going to be if they won last week or if they didn't win. All right, so that would be a loss or a draw. So, teams that won that played in a red shirt, that would be Manchester United. So there's one team that won that had a red shirt. I'll write in here, Man United. You don't have to. In fact, I'll put it in blue. All right, so in green, I'll write 1. And then in blue, it was Man United. Okay? So, teams that weren't wearing red that won. There was 2 teams that weren't wearing red that won. There was Manchester City and Chelsea FC. Okay? And then underneath, wearing red but didn't win, there were 2 teams that wore red that didn't win. Those 2 teams were Liverpool and Arsenal. And then there was one team that was wearing not red that didn't win, and that was Leicester. All right, yeah, Leicester's spelled weird, but that's okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do totals. All right, total here and total here. So in total, there were 3 teams that wore red, and there were 3 teams that didn't wear red. There were also 3 teams that won and 3 teams that didn't won. So in total, in this corner here, if I move me out of the road a little bit, in this corner here, I realised that the total was 6 teams, all right? There were 3 teams that won and 3 teams that didn't win, make 6 teams. 3 teams in red, 3 teams in not red, make 6 teams in total.